having grown up as a Palestinian, I know firsthand the oppression and the struggle that Palestinians face on a daily basis. You know, I have to set an example for my kids. We got to stand up for what's the justice and for right and equal opportunity for everybody and humane conditions. And so for me, it was an easy decision in that aspect. You know, I could not sign it.
Bahia Amawi is a teacher with almost a decade of experience working with disabled, autistic and speech-impaired students. But right now, she doesn't have a job. Amawi told The Intercept that after refusing to sign a clause in her contract that would forbid her from boycotting Israel, her services would no longer be required. Why? Well, in Texas, contractors are banned from taking part in the campaign known as BDS, or Boycott, Divestment and Sanctions Against Israel. And 25 other states have passed similar laws. But the Palestinian-American teacher is taking her battle to the courts, saying her First Amendment right to free speech has been violated. Well, joining me now in Washington, D.C. is Carolyn Homer. She's a lawyer representing Bahia Amawi with the Council on American Islamic Relations. Thanks for joining us, Carolyn. First of all, is it absolutely clear that she was fired for this, for refusing to sign that pledge to not boycott Israel?
Yes. She has been working for Pflugerville School District for 9 years, and this year when she received her contract renewal, it included for the first time this clause saying she had to vow she would not boycott Israel.
Do you have sympathy with the school?
When she refused to sign it,
Certainly.
she lost her job.
Certainly. Do you have sympathy with the school that they're saying, hey, this is the law, this is Texas, you got to sign this thing or else we can't employ you?
Yeah, so the school released a statement on Facebook, and in their communications with Ms. Amawi stated, we can't pay you unless you sign this statement.
Mm-hmm. So tell me about the lawsuit. Tell me the specifics of it and what you're trying to get out of it.
So this lawsuit is in defense of Bahia's First Amendment rights. The United States Supreme Court has recognized that it doesn't matter if you're an individual citizen or a government contractor, you have a right to protest, you have a right to engage in boycotts, and you have a right to free speech.
Was any argument made that somehow this had something to do with her job as a speech pathologist, that signing this or not signing this had something to do with the work she actually did?
We know of absolutely no argument about how boycotting Israel is in any way relevant to Bahia providing speech-language pathology services or Arabic services to Texas school children.
Help me understand the thinking behind the law in Texas, because we have Governor Greg Abbott saying any boycott of Israel is considered to be un-Texan, and Texas is not going to do business with any company that boycotts Israel. So it's interesting. I mean, he says company, and I think when it was designed, they're talking about businesses, right? But these are individuals being employed in specific roles. So help me understand how it went from Texas not wanting to encourage BDS to a case like Bahia Amawi's.
So the Representative King, who introduced the measure in Texas that later got signed into law, said that he wanted this to ban boycotts by any individual or company. And the definition of company in the law itself includes sole proprietorships. That is a United States tax code term, which means individuals who aren't employees, but who are receiving income through contracts on a per-contract basis. And so, although some people have defended this law by saying it only applies to companies, the very clear language of the law applies to individuals who contract with the state as well.
So, if I understand you correctly, a small victory would be Bahia being reinstated, but the big victory would be what?
The big victory is striking this law down from the Texas books completely. We want every individual, every company in the state of Texas to be able to engage in political boycotts without that affecting their free speech rights. That's a right under U.S. law, and Texas shouldn't be banning that as a condition of receiving government funds.
Carolyn Homer, been good to talk to you on The Newsmakers. Thank you very much for joining us.